Well, welcome back here, 2015 PSP Dallas Open. I'm Matty Marshall with Todd Martinez. Big quarterfinal matchup coming at you right now. San Diego Dynasty going to be taking on Edmonton Impact. Last year, Edmonton Impact was able to win the series title here in the PSP in the Champions Division by just playing so consistent all season long. They won an event as well. San Diego Dynasty also won an event last year, but just played really inconsistent in the middle part of the year.
Yeah.
Beautiful first part of the year, not so good second half. But San Diego Dynasty, they're always a threat, man. It doesn't matter what tournament it is. San Diego Dynasty is always going to be one of the favorites as long as they consistently put out these amazing lineups that they have. So looks like starting for San Diego Dynasty, Brandon Short, Ryan Greenspan, Dalton Vanderbilt, Blake Yarber, and Yosh Rao. Impact fields Womet, Justin Cornell, Dave Baines, Nick Laval, and Justin Rabakoff.
And Dynasty going really heavy guns in the middle of the field. And they're going to lose Alex Frage on the break, as well as...
Looks like Blake Yarber.
Yeah, Blake Yarber. Impact doing a better job of shooting on the break, and they get some spacing. Oh, but they did lose Justin Rabakoff. Ryan Greenspan attacking up the middle. Looks like Yosh Rao going to take one in the leg. Maybe it came off the ground. He's asking for a check right now. Yeah, I think that might have came off the ground. It looked like a lot of spray, but no, referee going to pull him. Oh, and they're going to give him a major. Oh, bad luck right there for Yosh Rao. As Ryan Greenspan's in the middle field, Joshua Met is going to lace Ryan Greenspan up the back. Greenspan trying to make the push through the middle on the snake side. Didn't see Womet break through the Dorito side. Yosh Rao's scratching his head right now because he was kneeling down in that can, and like a lot of paint hit the ground in front of him. I mean, I'm thinking the same thing he's thinking. I was looking at him when it happened. It looked like the ball hit the ground and then kind of sprayed up on him. That's why he didn't go out, because he didn't feel it, but it definitely looked like a giant hit. There's a lot of paint there.
Yeah, I was actually looking at Impact side of the field while you were making that call, and then I shifted my eyes to Yosh Rao from what you were saying, and when I looked over, yeah, it looked like an entire paintball's worth of paint on his leg, which is probably what the referee saw and why he made that call.
Yeah, well, I don't think any of the referees saw it happen right when it happened, because I mean, Yosh was thinking the same thing, like that came off the ground, but it was a ton of paint.
Yeah.
Like it looked like 2 or 3 balls hit the same spot right there and just sprayed right up on him. So,
well, unfortunate turn of events for San Diego Dynasty. Get a little bit of bad luck. So Yosh Rao going to be in that box for 2 minutes.
Tough break right there.
Yeah, it's a tough break. But if it's going to happen, might as well get the bad luck out of the way on the first point. So at least it gives you some time to fight back to get out of this major penalty. So Dynasty going to be down a body here. Impact going to be on a power play. And, yeah, that's just an unfortunate turn of events right here for Yosh Rao.
Yeah, I mean, it was a 4-on-3 on the break. Impact shot 2 bodies. They lost Justin Rabakoff. He was playing on the edge on the snake side, stuck out to shoot Alex Frage. He gets shot. Let's check in with the referee right now to see about that penalty.
Player number 32 from San Diego Dynasty will be charged a major penalty for playing on after elimination. He was hit in the leg.
Yeah, so I guess we're saying we don't know about that one, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it was close.
Yeah,
I mean,
you saw it.
Yosh was kneeling down.
I didn't see it.
If he got shot directly in the knee, he would have just stood up and walked off.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But he knew that it came off the ground, so that's why he was like, referee, come check me.
Well, Yosh was looking at it, too, and Yosh is not the guy that takes a giant, huge beacon of a leg hit and then just keeps blazing away.
That's my point.
So on the breakout, doubling up the back center to try to get a shot and a kill off the break is Edmonton Impact with Justin Rabakoff and Dave Baines. Then Dave Baines goes up the center, and you're looking at, there's Alex Rodriguez, who played phenomenal for San Diego Dynasty in the prelims.
Justin Cornell getting shot on the second snake temple.
Well,
so Impact losing their wide guy. Referee running in right now. He is going to pull out Dave Baines. Dave Baines is going to do the slow walk through the mud back to the pit. Justin Rabakoff still live in the back center.
Well, Todd, now Dynasty has a one-body advantage, and they're going to be getting Yosh Rao back here in a minute. So regardless, they need to try to grind that penalty clock down, get Rao back here. That means they will be 5 strong. Womet, Laval, and Rabakoff on the field for Impact.
Yeah, Dynasty's really done a good job this weekend with their penalty play, getting guys into the right spots. They get out wide on the snake side. to the corner. They get out to the mini race bunker on the Dorito side, and then they have guys shooting from the back center. Impact going to go ahead and blow the horn.
And that's going to keep the 36 seconds on the Rao penalty on the board, but they will lose the point here. So 17:47 to go. So Edmonton Impact still will be on a power play, but great job of gunfighting by Brandon Short and Dalton Vanderbilt to take out Dave Baines and Justin Cornell and put Dynasty on the board here, tied up.
Yeah, so good job there by San Diego Dynasty by getting that early kill. They actually didn't shoot him on the break. Justin Cornell got to his spot, and it looked like he got shot in the arm around the outside. Maybe that corner guy snuck a shot in on him first time he came out, but then Dave Baines got shot, put them at 3 bodies. So Dynasty able to burn that penalty. Impact tried to play it out for a second, but then opted to blow the horn, concede the point, and try and play 5-on-4 on the break again. So 1-1 ball game. Stick around, don't go anywhere.
Getting a look in the pits here for Edmonton Impact as they get ready to play this next point. And Impact played really good in the prelims as well, too, but they did lose to Infamous. Before that game, they looked pretty much flawless, but we saw some chinks in their armor in that Los Angeles Infamous game to end the prelims yesterday afternoon. So on the breakout, Rao still in the box for Dynasty, and there is the 5 players. Whoa, no, looks like Rabakov getting shot off the break. So Todd immediately... advantage goes to Dynasty because they're going to have Rao come out of the box here in 23 seconds.
I think Rabakov might have actually got pulled for something else.
Yeah, because
I think his gun might have been hot. He ran in late, and the referee cornered him just as he jumped in, and they turned around and put his gun down right away. Unless it was one of those balls that just, gets flung at you and you turn around and get shot, but it really looked like he got pulled for maybe a hot gun.
Cornell and the Snake for Impact, pushing all the way down to the 50-yard line. Rao slips and slides and gets out of the box, but gets shot. So now 3 players alive for San Diego Dynasty. Alex Rodriguez, Alex Frazier, and Brandon Short. 4 players alive for Infamous, but Cornell's in a really good spot, so it's going to get tough for Dynasty here.
Yeah, and then Cornell puts the squeeze on the back center, and nowhere to hide for Brandon Short after Alex Frazier got shot wide over here on the Snake side. So
well, at least Dynasty was able to fight out of that major. It could have gone a lot worse for him than to just give up 1 point. So, and there's Justin Cornell. So Justin Cornell, I think that's the first guy we've seen today actually get in the Snake and get anything done in there.
Yep. We saw it real early in the event. Lots of teams getting in that Snake, coming to the 50, coming to the other side, and just dicing bodies up. But that's definitely not the case.
Well, the Snake was, you could argue, and this is no big surprise. The Snake is always the most fundamental bunker on the field because your game plans go around what the Snake can do. But as it was rainy and it was a little muddy to start out the event, but as the rain kept falling on Friday, and this ground just couldn't absorb any more water, so it just became slowly but surely a bigger and bigger mud bog, and really slowing things down over here on the Snake side. But the Snake was a killer bunker. Guys were chopping bodies up from there. But now, just for speed's sake and for survivability's sake, it's just been so hard to get out there. But Justin Cornell did a good job of slowly but surely making his way in there.
Well, fundamental paintball, Matty. If you're able to get up in the Snake and get far in the Snake, guns shift towards you, right? So that opens up the Dorito side. Now guns are looking from that side across. The Dorito side guys are trying to protect themselves from the Snake side guys who are far up with good angles on them. Then the center of the field opens up. Guys can look to make moves, cut through the middle, and see guys that are looking out wide and clip them from the inside. But I think that kind of really hurt San Antonio X Factor that last game because in their previous matches, Billy and Carl were getting in the Snake, and they were just going down the Snake at will, and nobody could stop them. And that's what was allowing Colt to really go through that Dorito side, cut through the middle. But everybody just had to win gunfights on both sides of the field because there was no advantage that was being created. Everybody was in their spots.
Well, let me ask you this question. I just thought about this. Infamous played against Impact last game of the day with conditions identical to this. X Factor, their last game was against Dynasty, which they lost as well. So they had a tough match that they lost, just like Impact did in Infamous. They won their game. But the field conditions weren't as slow when X Factor played. So they were still able to use and utilize that snake efficiently
Yeah,
in
Billy
that
got
match.
in there. Billy got in there a bunch of times.
But Impact and Infamous in that X Factor game, then they won it. They had to play the field condition just like it is now, so maybe that gave them a little bit of an advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely think it did. As Chad Bougere gets shot 2 steps out of his bunker, same with Zach and Keith Brown. 3 bodies for Edmonton Impact going off the get. They didn't get very far out at all. Just 2 left alive. 5 bodies alive for Dynasty. Kyle Spica getting a check. He's going to come into the snake.
So now big advantage for San Diego Dynasty. Oh, and I think that's another body getting dropped here from Impact. So this is going to be a quick one here. Alex Rodriguez is going to come and drop the hammer down in the center on Zane Yakimek. Or no, Rainey Stanzik. So, and then he's going to wave off the rest of the Dynasty players. So San Diego Dynasty going to tie it up here 2-2. 15:33 to go. And a perfect point for San Diego Dynasty.
Yeah, coming right back. Get another one, Tyler Harmon. Going to run that flag in. So, man, excellent shooting on the break that point by Dynasty. Chad Bougere took a step out, got maybe 3 steps before he caught one right in the face. Keith Brown was coming out wide to the snake side. He caught one, and one out of the back center. So, Dynasty making some adjustments on the break there.
Well, quite the seesaw battle this morning here. And other than that little hiccup of that Rao penalty, which was questionable, Dynasty looks pretty good. Well, we're going to be right back here. Stick with us.
Kyle Spica right now in the Dynasty pit. It is a tied game 2-2 against Impact. Now, it is really tough to get into the snake, but once you can get there, you can be really productive. What needs to happen? What bunkers need to be shot out in order for you to get to the snake safely?
Well, there's some strong bunkers in the middle that it's hard for a snake player to see, so you kind of have to read the paint as well. I mean, it's really sticky out here, so you really have to be careful and make sure that those people aren't already shooting there. So you have to check them off, and you also have to rely on your center guys, too, that they're picking up the shots when you're moving and picking up hoppers, stuff like that. But it's really hard out here just with the mud anyway, so it's everyone's being a little careful.
All right, we'll see who takes the lead here. Back to you guys.
Dynasty on your left and on your screen, and Impact will be on your right. So both teams 5 strong and tied up at 2. On the breakout, Nick Laval running up to the center and shooting towards the D side of the field, and Rao goes back up the center for San Diego Dynasty, a little bit off your screen. Blocked out from that stand-up tempo on the right-hand side. And you're looking at Ryan Greenspan there. Now we're looking at Impact, doubling up that back center still. They love that move throughout the prelims, Todd.
Yeah, Dave Baines back there with Justin Rabikoff. Rabikoff looking towards the Dorito side. Dave Baines trying to lock off the snake side. Help Justin Cornell battle out of there. Dynasty, they got Alex Rodriguez up there in the middle now. Ryan Greenspan over here in the first snake temple as he edged out. And Dave Baines going to pick him off. Dave Baines or Justin Cornell is going to pick Ryan off, trying to make that bump. So first body dropping for Dynasty. Dynasty over there in that Dorito side corner with Blake Yarber. Yosh Rao up in the middle with Alex Rodriguez. Josh Wimette over there on the Dorito side for Impact.
Blake Yarber coming off as well for San Diego Dynasty. So Dynasty losing bodies right now. Still 5 strong for Edmonton Impact.
Yeah, that Dorito corner's been kind of tough this morning. I think Blake Yarber's gotten shot. Well, I think he got shot on the break the first time, but
Well, Blake got shot trying to get up into the Doritos from that.
But he's got Nick Laval posted in Yosh Rao's mirror, but he's looking towards the Dorito side. Yosh still trying to keep a gun on that lane for Justin Cornell. Nick Laval using the shark fin against Dynasty right now. Dave Baines just standing up over the top, gunning around the field. There you see on the right side, Justin Rabakov coming up in behind Laval. There's Rodriguez and Rao. As Rao gets shot, he comes walking off. Looks like Laval is wrapping around, trying to get kills. Justin Rabakov standing up over the top. He's going to launch up to the A. They get Rodriguez out of the middle. Just one body left alive, and here comes Justin Cornell coming through the mud, looking to get a body. He wanted to bunker out Alex Frage there in the corner. Alex making that corner with pretty good consistency. A lot harder to make the temples on the break, but when Alex makes that corner, he allows Ryan Greenspan to play in that open zone for a little bit longer, and then make his bumps out. So you always want to be wider than the other team's widest guy, and Alex Frage doing a guy. So,
well, looking at this mud bog right here,
yeah.
So I kind of break down why it's so hard to make the snake. You're talking about getting wide and how paintball is a game of angles.
Yeah, well, you got your back center. I'm sorry. You got your back center over here. That is definitely not the back center. Back center's over here. Nope. Here's my back center with the pod guy in it. Okay, so from that back center, you have this lane to shoot. This right here. Actually, let's back it up a little bit. This lane from like this spot right here. This guy shoots directly in. You saw Ryan Greenspan playing out, kind of like, oops, not there, but more here. You can stand in any one of these three spots, the three long arrows, and have really good shots on the snake side. So the back center guy, once the back center guy walks up in, like with what Dave Baines is doing right now, just standing over the top, has great shots on the snake side.
Yeah, and also you're running through ankle-deep mud the entire way. So let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Hey guys, Alex Frage just came off the field saying that they're making stupid moves. Impact is just waiting for them to make moves and not moving from their bunkers. Tyler Harmon and Frage are telling the whole team they need to outweigh Impact and stop making those moves. Just stay in your bunkers and stay safe. We'll see if they can accomplish that.
Well, it looks like Tyler Harmon getting shot in the pack in the center, so that's going to drop a body for San Diego Dynasty. 5 bodies strong for Edmonton Impact. And up by a point here, 12 minutes and 48 seconds to go. Still a ton of time left in this matchup. This game brought to you by HK Army.
Justin Cornell, I think, stood over the top of that inside temple and shot Tyler Harmon in the back, and now he is just backing up off of his spot, using those big bunkers in the center to get wide and shoot back at the back center. Brandon Short making a move over to the mini race bunker on the Dorito side. Justin Cornell going to get shot, though. Maybe got a little greedy over there. You got Ryan Greenspan in the middle of the field.
Kyle Spica walks off, so now just 3 bodies left alive for Dynasty. There's Ryan Greenspan and Tyler Harmon on your screen. I'm sorry, Dalton Vanderbilt. So Brandon Short also still alive for Dynasty. 1 body advantage for Edmonton Impact and a 1-point advantage. Justin Rabakov getting out here a little bit toward the snake side. And Ryan Greenspan switches his gun towards that D side of the field. And a move being made by Dalton, snake side. I'm sorry, D side.
No bodies over here on the snake side for Dynasty. The only guy looking this way is Brandon Short, deep in the mini race bunker on the Dorito side. Justin Rabakov looking for that gun that's going to stop him from making his move across. Doesn't want to give away a body either.
You can see Justin Rabakov wants to make a move. You can always tell by their body language. He's edging out and increasing the angle. Wants to get through that lane and spread the field out here. Snake side utilize this 1 body advantage that they have by increasing his angle, but he's being really patient and careful about it. And then you're looking at, there's Dynasty's line, Big Dave Baines in the center.
Oh, Nick Laval just got shot in the loader, I believe, from Dalton Vanderbilt on the bump.
Which
But
evens it up at 3.
Joshua Met makes a bump out a little bit wider into that Dorito side corner.
Yeah, but Dalton in that 50-yard line on the D side there. You can see that. You can't see there. You can see him poke his head out in there on top of your screen. But what's happening right now is the Dynasty has much better field position with Dalton in that spot. Still no one on the snake side for either team, though. So if Justin can get out on this side and not get shot from that increased angle from Dalton, it would really help Impact's chances here. But they're kind of stuck in the center. It's lucky for them that they do have Joshua Met out wide, Todd.
Yeah, Dave Baines is mirrored up with Ryan Greenspan. Dave Baines just trying to live behind his gun, shooting at Greenspan, but Greenspan's focused on protecting Dalton over there. Dave Baines, you see that Dorito on the far right of your screen is where Dalton Vanderbilt is. Justin Rabakoff finally gets out a little bit wider over here. Could be trouble for Ryan Greenspan. But Brandon Short switches his gun. He looks like he might be breaking a little bit of paint over there. He switches back this way. Looks like Dalton Vanderbilt up in the 50. He might be working on his gun. Ryan Greenspan still focused on the corner. There's Justin Rabakoff and Dave Baines. Justin Rabakoff not wanting to run through a gap and get shot.
Yeah, Justin's being
Brandon
really,
Short is just posted up.
Justin's being very careful. It took him a while to make this move, but he made it alive. He knows what's at stake. If Justin dies, it's going to get really tough for Dave Baines in that center. So Justin has to stay alive and play smart, and he's been doing just that here so far.
Yeah. What he doesn't want to do, too, as we've seen before, if he goes diving in that snake with his head down, it might let Dalton Vanderbilt wrap around on Dave Baines. So Justin goes in, standing up with his head up and gets all the way into the 50.
And that is going to make life hard for Dynasty. Now, Justin passed the 50-yard line, and that was a huge bite, but he made it in clean. He patiently waited for that move, and he was able to make it. So now he's just going to wrap around. There's no one on this side to stop him. So now that puts Dynasty on their heels. Dynasty is going to have to get something going here. Ryan has to move out of that spot. He does, but he's lost Justin. Ryan has no idea where Justin is. Justin's going to come around and blast Ryan Greenspan. He's going to also come over the top and destroy Brandon Short, and I think he's going to get that third one as well. Beautiful work by Justin Rabakoff to save the day for Edmonton Impact.
Justin Rabakoff patiently waiting, lulled him to sleep, dove into the snake. They knew he was in there, but they couldn't do anything about it. As Justin Rabakoff comes up and just ices Ryan Greenspan, who tried to make a bump up to protect himself. Brandon Short had no idea where he was, and Dalton Vanderbilt was just fresh meat.
Well, you've seen here on the replay. Look at Justin. So patient and so perfect here.
Yeah, just waiting for the right moment.
He really did lull him to sleep. I mean, you saw him. He made that move, and it was a huge move, too. He took a lot of ground, but Ryan had no idea where he was. So when Ryan gets up and tucks in here, but he's angled right now at the wrong spot of the snake. He's looking more towards the 50, more towards notch 2 of the snake, and then Rabakoff is finally going to come around and slowly but surely check off all those angles, and then he torched Ryan, blasted Brandon, and came around and shot Dalton to save the day.
And how many lesser players have we seen make that move, and Ryan Greenspan still shoots him out of the snake?
Yeah.
Justin Rabakoff, very patient, very skilled in his movement, waits, gets the angle, and then cops up and makes a really nice shot.
Well, the snake is definitely still important, and teams ignore the snake to your own detriment because of stuff like that. It's tough to get out there, but those shots, they're there just like they were in the beginning of the prelims. It's just so tough because it's so muddy right now, and obviously the teams know the shots and they know this field. So right now, 2-point lead because of Justin Rabakoff for Edmonton Impact. We'll be right back after this.
Introducing the all-new Contact F5 jersey from Empire Paintball, featuring M-Dry technology. M-Dry is an engineered mesh fabric designed to breathe more in certain areas than others. It also features breathable tough mesh slider forearms that are both rugged and promote airflow. Strategically placed rib and shoulder biofoam padding protects the player from the impacts of sliding, diving, or incoming paintballs. Integrated biofoam lycra gloves protect your palms from turf burn and the back of your hands from paintballs. M-Dry panels are designed to take into account spatial distribution of heat and moisture in different parts of the body and regulate the airflow and moisture. The gradient mesh gets larger at the top and smaller at the bottom in the weave to let the hotter zones breathe more. The hex pattern is woven into the lightweight fabric in a gradient, so there are more open mesh holes at the top of the chest rather than the bottom, making the Contact F5 the most comfortable, lightweight, and breathable paintball jersey available. The Contact F5 jersey from Empire Paintball, featuring thermal-regulated performance with the all-new M-Dry technology, available at empirepaintball.com.
The sun is finally, after 3 days, starting to peek its
what?
head out. It's this new thing. I know we're not very familiar with it. It's called the sun, and
Okay.
it's finally started to come out here in Dallas, Texas, for the 2015 PSP Dallas Open. And right now, Edmonton Impact is trying to keep their lead here against San Diego Dynasty. San Diego Dynasty pushing up heavy in the center. Sent Alex Rodriguez to the 50, essentially off the break. He did pause a little bit, and here comes Alex Rodriguez. Is going to try to come through. He's got to be careful though. Did he get one? He did. He shot Dave Baines. So Dave Baines' gun comes off, and that is going to open things up a little bit for Dynasty. Anytime you have Dave out there holding a lane down, it's going to be incredibly difficult for you to move up the field. So good move by Alex Rodriguez. Oh, they lose.
Alex Frazier.
Alex Frazier. So Alex Frazier coming off for Dynasty, getting shot out of his spot. Blake Yarber, Greenspan, and Yosh Rao left alive here. And Ryan, he's going to have to do what Justin did over here on the snake side for San Diego Dynasty. But First Dynasty's going to have to try to even the count up here and either get a shot on Cornell, Laval, Rabikoff, or Wilmette. It's going to be tough.
Oh, and there goes Wilmette. He's going to be the first one to drop. Justin Rabikoff in the back center. Cornell, snake side temple. But then Yosh Rao getting shot for Dynasty. So 3-on-2, just as Dynasty evens it up. They drop another one. Blake Yarber trying to make a move to the outside. Does he get there? He does. He's in that 40 Dorito trying to wrap on Laval, who's not in the best spot. Laval's going to need a little bit of help. He's going to get it from Justin Cornell as he comes into snake one. Ryan Greenspan gets shot, so just Blake Yarber left alive.
Hey, Todd, what did we talk about at the outside of this break? The team that wins this game is going to be the team that can execute good gunfighting skills in the center of the field. And we saw two bodies dropping for San Diego Dynasty right there. And, you know, it's just Edmonton Impact executing right now and looking really good. 5-2 is the score, and it's going to be difficult here with 7 minutes and 21 seconds for Dynasty to get back in this match. So not going the way that Dynasty had planned. Did like that move from Alex Rodriguez to take Dave Baines out in that center, but then Dynasty loses some bodies out of their bunkers, and you can't do that out here if you want to progress through this tournament.
Yeah, well, again, you know, it's got to be team movement. They sent Alex Rodriguez up there through the middle. I thought that they were going to try and run a stunt through the middle because Alex Rodriguez went up right away, traded out with Dave Baines. I'm not sure which way the back center guy was looking for Edmonton Impact, but we saw two more bodies come up through that same zone in that alleyway on the Dorito side. I thought they were going to bring another body right after Alex Rodriguez. They didn't. Ended up losing Alex Frazier over here on the snake side. But, I mean, that definitely threw off Edmonton Impact early as they lost another body. But, I mean, you got to play off those moves. You know, don't send a guy up just to go trade out with one guy. You know, try and get more counter moves off of that.
I'm positive that A-Rod was trying to get as many bodies as he possibly could.
Yeah.
He could just only find Dave. But you're right, nothing really much happened after that. And it goes to what Ryan had, or what Alex had said, and that Lauren had heard in the pits, was like, look, they're outweighting us, and they're shooting us when we make moves, and also now shooting them out of their bunkers. So, you know, Dynasty does have time. You know, they're down 3 with 7 minutes and 21 seconds to go. But they need to tighten up those gunfights and tighten up those moves.
Yeah, well, losing the first wide guy on the snake side definitely hurt them because you have Justin Rabikoff and Justin Cornell over here on the snake side playing really well for Impact. Ryan Greenspan was the lone body. I guess it's hard to say, you know, for me to say that because Ryan Greenspan was the only body over here. He was actually the one for Dynasty earlier in the event that was playing off those A-Rod moves and coming up through the snake alley through the middle of the field looking to get kills.
So tag your photos with PBA Live and send them in. And if they are cute or funny, then they might make it on the screen. So right now, looks like a timeout being called for San Diego Dynasty. And waiting in the wings, next quarterfinal matchup coming at you is a very close game. Should be a close game between 187 Crew and Los Angeles Ironmen. Crew won all 3 of their games in the prelims. The LA Ironmen, they got beat up pretty bad in their last game yesterday against Houston Heat, 7-1. So, but the Ironmen won their first 2 matches. So the two wins and 1 loss was good enough to get them into the quarterfinals. And after the beating they took from Houston Heat, I'm sure they had probably a long team meeting yesterday to figure out what they needed to fix to head into this game against 187. And also Brandon Cornell, some news about his dislocated shoulder injury. Once they took him to the hospital, they were able to get his shoulder back in, but it doesn't look like he's going to be playing today.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of tough. You know, the way that you have to play paintball, being able to switch back and forth, run, carry your gun. You know, not a friendly injury for paintball.
Well, and he had dislocated his shoulder in practice last weekend, which is a tough loss for the Ironmen because he had become a really phenomenal D-side player for them. But Toke Hamill stepping up really big this weekend for the Los Angeles Ironmen, so looking for a big game out of him today. And also a big game out of Marcelo Morgat.
Here we have Dynasty on the break. Rodriguez, Short, Harmon, Vanderbilt. And Justin Cornell able to get out to that first temple. Nick Laval getting shot on the break, going up the middle, however. Doubled up guns in the back center for impact. Vanderbilt getting out to that mini Dorito. Here comes Alex Rodriguez up to the Xbox. It looks like, oh, no, maybe not. Yes, Dalton Vanderbilt getting shot out of that Dorito. Tyler Harmon, the only body over there wide now for Dynasty as Alex Rodriguez comes up to the snake side of the A. He's looking for kills.
Yeah, Alex is wheeling and dealing there in the center. They haven't put him in yet. I don't know if they know he's there, but trapped in that back center, Dave Baines and Justin Rabikoff. So they got to be really careful with A-Rod's gun over the top of that center, which that should hopefully help Dynasty with those guns tied up. With Impact's guns tied up and the nice job. So there, A-Rod takes out one, another body drops. Things are all of a sudden looking really good for San Diego Dynasty. And A-Rod now past the 50 goes hunting in the center, and he's going to get taken out.
But Kyle Spica comes all the way onto Impact's side of the field. He's in the snake. He might get a shot in on Dave Baines. Dave Baines able to tuck in. Justin Cornell, he moves out to the second temple on the snake side. Brandon Short behind Spica. Here comes Spica. Is he going to trade with Cornell?
He didn't even trade. He's able to stay alive. And then he takes out Dave Baines, and here comes Kyle Spica having a big point for San Diego Dynasty, playing off the chaos that Alex Rodriguez caused in the center. So nice tag team duo here of Kyle Spica and A-Rod for San Diego Dynasty. And Brandon Short, very smart play, was able to see Kyle Spica run through and grab that flag and hang it up to try to preserve as much of the time as possible to help them on their comeback here. And now they're going to be down 2.
Wow, San Diego Dynasty fighting back. Getting Spica out there, getting in the snake. Good job right there by creating havoc in the middle by Alex Rodriguez. And still got a game over here, 5:43 left to go.
Look at Kyle Spica just trudging through, chopping bodies up. Let's look at it from the other angle here. There's Justin Cornell gets eaten alive by Spica. Wasn't able to trade out with him. Spica shoots Dave Baines on this engagement right there. I think he was able to get one in on him. Or did he push? He might have pushed him around to the other guns for Dynasty. But regardless, the beautiful move by A-Rod and then cleaned up by Kyle Spica is why Dynasty is now only down by 2. That was a huge point for Dynasty. That was the make or break point for him right there as far as staying in this match. Because if Impact had went up another point, it would have been curtains. There's the owner of Impact. Did a good job of guiding the ship for them last year as they won their series title. There's Keith Brown, pickup from Tampa Bay Damage, who we are going to see in the semifinals as well, taking on Houston Heat for the last game, of the quarterfinals.
Yeah, let's see who's Dynasty going to send out. Frage, Short, Yarber, Greenspan, Rao. I think Impact, 20 seconds left. Might consider taking a timeout here instead of running on the field. Are they going to do it? Nope, not going to do it. 10 seconds left to get to that flag station. Kind of muddy. Get in that gate. Run into the gate. 3 seconds.
Impact's getting a pretty slow start here to this point. They were able to make it in, though, just in time.
Oh, looks like Dave Baines gets shot on the break. Justin Cornell gets shot on the break as well. That's why you call that timeout. Gets in the gate and gets set.
So big opening of a door here for San Diego Dynasty, and they sent all their bodies in the center and on the snake side, completely ignoring the D side of the field. So this is an interesting play. We haven't seen any team do this yet with 5 bodies. Stacking up in the center, and then bodies are just dropping right now for Impact. Only 2 players, Josh Wilmette and Rabakov, left alive for them.
Well, you know, Impact was rolling the dice over and over and over again with Justin Cornell coming out to that first snake side temple. It's really hard to make. He made it in there a bunch, and they finally get him out. Impact right now just trying to burn some time with Wilmette and Rabakov, but Rabakov, he gets shot. Here comes Brandon Short and Ryan Greenspan. Wilmette going to do what he can, but nowhere to hide.
So 2 solid points from San Diego Dynasty. Great off-the-break shooting as Ryan Greenspan gets himself 3 confirmed kills, or at least 2. We'll see if he got Josh Wilmette as well.
Yep.
Alex Frazee also getting Dave Baines and Justin Rabakov. So perfect point for San Diego Dynasty, and we have ourselves a 1-point game.
Yeah, I really think the key to that point right there was Impact not getting a good start there. 20 seconds, and they're still on Dynasty's side of the field. Check out this replay first. Here you go, 3 bodies coming up the middle. 2 bodies going to the snake side for San Diego Dynasty. And Impact just losing 2 bodies early.
It's a really unique play. We haven't seen that play yet.
You know, here you have Ryan Greenspan coming up the middle. And he's going to get that shot in on the pack of Nick Laval as he came in right here. You see him stand over the top. He's going to wrap around, put that back center in, and then shoot the pack of Nick Laval. Nowhere to hide. And then get gun dominance back up on the back center. I mean, if the breakout is everything on this slower field, then you got to make sure you get a good start. You know, and screwing your barrel on, trying to chrono as you're running out. You know, just
that's what the timeout's for.
Not a good start. You know, you can't call a timeout under 10 seconds. There's 20 seconds on the clock. They start to go out. You're about 15 seconds. They're still at the 50-yard line. I think you got to call your timeout right there and just give yourself time to get set because you're up 2 points. Mm-hmm. You know, you don't want to throw away a point on a bad start. But, I mean, they felt confident with it. They broke out, lost 2 bodies. And Dynasty just charged up the middle on them.
Looking at
and
Impact.
Now it's a 1-point game.
Yeah, and, well, this shows the gumption of San Diego Dynasty. That's one of their favorite words, grit, gumption. They love all those words that signify an individual and a team utilizing their talent in harsh situations to prevail. And right now, Ryan is just dancing around in the open. Look at this. Ryan Greenspan just dancing around. Well, he stopped dancing, and now he's shooting. And is he able to get to his spot? Wow,
Yeah,
very creative play by Ryan Greenspan.
Yeah, he was looking to see if Keith Brown was going to get out alive. He did, out to the corner, and then immediately came up into the snake side temple. So there's Ryan Greenspan in the middle looking to launch. Brandon Short launching out of the back center. He's going to come up into the inside, Big Dorito.
Kyle Spicka was able to get out a little wide over here on the snake side. Referee in there checking out Justin Rabakov. Looks like he's clean. Keith Brown is also out a little wide here, mirroring up Spicka's move. Body dropping off. Rainey stands at getting shot off that D side for Edmonton Impact. So 1-body advantage for Dynasty, trying to get back in this match. Down by 1. Just 3 minutes and 52 seconds to go. Impact trying to preserve their lead. Here comes Dynasty. Moving down the D side. Brandon Short in good field position in D3. He also has Dalton on that side as well, too. And Yosh Rao's big gun is in that center and shooting towards the D side to try to keep Impact from moving up.
Dave Baines living behind his gun in that center tower. He sees Kyle Spicka over here on the snake side. Ryan Greenspan trying to creep up through the middle of the field. Looks like Yosh Rao caught a bounce. He's still up in there. He starts coming into the into that wing in the Dorito alley. Up next to Brandon Short, Dave Baines, nowhere to hide.
Nice work.
As the pressure comes from San Diego Dynasty.
Yeah, Ryan Greenspan is just chopping bodies up in that center. And here comes Kyle Spicka, who runs into a gun, though. Got to be careful. You know, Kyle Spickett done a great job. You can see his frustration there, but that still leaves just 2 bodies left alive here. Ryan Greenspan trying to listen to the communication from Yosh Rao and Brandon Short, so Dynasty talking it up. I don't know if they know that Kyle Spickett got shot already. Still 4 bodies for Dynasty, and here comes Brandon Short to the 50-yard line. And there goes Justin Rabikoff. He comes off. So here comes Dynasty. 2 minutes and 47 seconds. Ryan Greenspan again hunting in that center. Beautiful work from San Diego Dynasty.
Yeah, Chad Bougier not able to do anything over there on the Dorito side in that mini race bunker with all the pressure coming from Dynasty up the middle of the field. Keith Brown getting shot on the outside right after Dave Baines. Just those 2 bodies. It's really hard to cross it up on this field and fight out of the positions that you have, as we've seen Impact, over there on that Dorito side, just with those last bodies, unable to chop anybody down. They got 1 as Kyle Spickett came across that gap into the Snake 2, but that was it. San Diego Dynasty right now just standing up over the top of their bunkers, moving with their guns, and that's the way to play on this field.
Hey, the momentum has completely shifted, but the question is, can they maintain it? Only 2 minutes and 25 seconds to go, and with the muddy conditions, we could very well potentially see a 2 minute and 25 second point and head into overtime. We saw this at the World Cup last year when Dynasty played Infamous in the Challengers final, and my God, that was an amazing game. If you haven't seen that game, you need to go watch it. It's arguably the best paintball game I've ever seen, and it ended up going to one-on-ones instead of 5 one-on-ones. And we could potentially see that again today. So how that would work is if it's tied at the end of regulation time, it will go to an overtime period, 3-minute overtime period. And if you have a tie at the end of the 3-minute overtime period, then you go in to one-on-ones. So right now, Impact trying to figure it out in their pits.
Yeah, Impact, kind of scratching their heads right now, trying to figure out how they ended up in a tie ball game. Again, Maddie, I think that it comes down to the teams that are more aggressive in the middle are the teams that are going to be successful.
Well, speaking of middle aggression play, Alex Rodriguez out back on the field right now for Dynasty. Big pickup for them from Los Angeles Ironman, who we are going to see play 187 after the conclusion of this quarterfinal matchup. So Dynasty sends Greenspan back out. Looks like Kyle Spickett is going to play this point with Brandon Short, Alex Rodriguez, and Blake Yarber. And there's Dave Baines and the crew from Impact. So Dave Baines, heavy guns up for Dynasty, or for Impact. Dave Baines and Justin Rabikoff, though, not doubling up with him again, and they were able to shoot Blake Yarber off the break. And it looks like we might have, running ref coming in. Anytime you see the running ref coming in, you might see a flag, and that would be disaster for Dynasty. So right now, but a body comes off for Impact as well. So it's 4-on-4, and in good field position in the center, Alex Rodriguez takes a bouncer. Oh, living on the edge in there. And here comes Alex Rodriguez to the center 50, dead center of your screen. Oh, tense moments right now, man. 1 minute and 43 seconds to go here.
Oh,
it's all tied up. Did Brandon Short just walk right out into a stream?
It looked like he may have. Justin Rabikoff gets shot. Brandon Short gets shot.
Bodies dropping both sides here. And there's Ryan Greenspan. He's still alive. And so is Alex Rodriguez in the center. And it looks like Rainey is going to get shot from Ryan Greenspan. So here comes Ryan Greenspan. Oh, my God. San Diego Dynasty is able to take the lead here by 1. What a charge San Diego Dynasty is making right now.
Yeah, just on a run right now. 3 straight points to go up, game point.
You got to win the close ones, right?
Impact, you really do. And, I mean, the difference right here is San Diego Dynasty attacking that middle of the field. Just more guns, more pressure, and to Impact. I mean, they're getting the field spacing. They're just not winning the gun battles right now.
Well, and that's what was Dynasty's problem in the beginning of this match. So they must have went in and really focused and said, look, we've got to start winning those gunfights and start utilizing our game plans in the center instead of letting Impact dictate the pace of the game. So right now, Edmonton Impact facing elimination here at the 2015 PSP Dallas Open. Very calm and composed in the pits, though, Todd.
Yeah, I mean, these guys don't get rattled. They've definitely been here before. But, going to be interesting what the decision is going to be.
Yeah, what game plan do you think they're going to come out with right now? 1:24 seconds left to go. They're down by 1. They have to push forward. With the conditions and the situation, what are you thinking?
I don't know. There's Justin Rabikoff getting shot on the replay. Dave Baines is up over the top. He tries to make a move, and he gets shot on the fill. Rainey Stanzak, he's the last body to come off. For Edmonton Impact right now, I mean, what have we been watching? Guys up in the A, guys up in the Xbox, looking to come out.
Well, that's what we've been seeing from,
make
from
that
Dynasty
play.
for the past few points, at least.
I mean, that's what we saw from Infamous earlier when they took it to X Factor. Getting Damian Ryan up in the middle. Guys being patient on the outside.
Well, Todd, here comes another point where Impact is getting set with just a few seconds left to go, and this is the key one for them. All right, it's going to come down to this. Can Impact get back in this match and tie it up? They send one body towards the D side. They lose Justin Cornell over here on the Snake. It looks like Dynasty is going to lose a body on the D side as well, so body counts all evened up. Dave Baines rolling his gun. You're looking at the back line for San Diego Dynasty. Now for Edmonton Impact. There's Dave Baines making his move into the Doritos. Big Dave gets shot, though, trying to get into D2, and that might just do it. Under a minute to play here, and only 3 bodies for Edmonton Impact, looking at 4 for Dynasty. They do still have a chance with Rainey Stanzik, Justin Rabikoff, and Joshua Met.
Rainey Stanzak, he's looking to get aggressive on the Dorito side. Here he comes. Ryan Greenspan getting shot. Brandon Short coming up on the Snake side. 3 bodies alive for San Diego Dynasty. 34 seconds. It's a 3-on-3.
No one on that D side for Dynasty, though, and 2 bodies over there for Edmonton Impact. Ref running in. Might have caught one. He's clean. Is there going to be enough time, though, Todd, is the question.
22 seconds left. Dynasty in all the spots. They got it locked up. Yosh Rao and Brandon Short are crossed up. Kyle Spica is in the Snake. We don't see any other pressure coming right now. Rabikoff in the middle. Rainey Stanzak over there. He's trying to bump up the Dorito side. He's getting locked off by Brandon Short.
And there's Yosh Rao on your screen trying to hold down that Snake side of the field, and that is going to do it. So can't believe that the 3 players left alive for Edmonton Impact sat in their bunkers and let the game time expire, thus assuring a loss here and their elimination at this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, there was 20 seconds. Dynasty made the bumps and got in the positions to lock them off. But, I mean, it's just so much harder when you need to put somebody in with your gun. When you need to put somebody in with your gun and make a move, and it's just so slow out there. So, wow.
Well, I understand the conditions. However, still, with it's 3-on-3 and you're just going to chill in your bunker and let the time expire, I didn't think that I would see that happen with guys like Wilmette, Rabikoff, and Rainey Stanzik. So you never know what's going to happen, right? I mean, we've seen that time and time again. As long as you just roll the dice and give it a shot, you never know. Maybe you get that shot or the other team gets a penalty. You never know. But if you don't try, then there's no possibility whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, Brandon Short got up into that Snakeside Tower. He had a stream going on. I mean, we saw the first guy get bounced trying to make that bump, and I mean, it's tough to go. You got to run. 20 seconds left. I mean, they started the point again. They started 2 really crucial points. Just, I mean, not really fully prepared. Like when you go and you got less than 5 seconds to start the point, you don't get to get in there, get comfortable, take that deep breath, get your visualization set, and be prepared for that gate. You don't get to get that mental countdown.
Yeah, well, look at this. What are our 2 favorite teams to watch as far as amazing games that we've seen in the past 3-4 seasons?
Dynasty Infamous.
And that's the game that we got for the semifinals.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's going to get crazy. So, wow. So as we're watching some of the highlights here, get ready because Upton 187 crew, the young upstart team from the Northeast, is going to be battling against SoCal Legends, Los Angeles Ironmen. And the Ironmen again stumbled against Houston Heat in their last prelim match and got whomped 7-1. And so they definitely probably had a long team meeting last night to figure out what went wrong in that game. They still made it in, though, obviously. 187 crew, they played, they went 3-0 in the prelim, so looking really good. This is an evenly matched battle between these 2 teams.
Yeah, I mean, we got nothing but good games today. Damage and Houston Heat coming up after that. So, we're in for a bunch of good ones today.
Yeah, so let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Hey guys, I'm standing here with Kyle Spica and Brandon Short. Oh man, guys, that was seriously a match. What was running through your mind in that last 20 seconds? My heart was pounding for you.
You know, Impact likes to do a lot of stuff up to the middle, and we had lost a couple bodies, so it was getting a little hectic there. So basically the biggest thing was communicating with each other and then making sure they didn't come through the middle or get out to the sides that we didn't need to. So we knew what zones to lock up, and we were able to pull that time down.
Brandon, be real, going into that last point where they could have tied it up, were you nervous?
Not really, because we had the ball in our court. You know, they had to come at us, and I knew where to watch. We all obviously knew where they were coming from, and it was just a matter of time before they ran into our guns, and they didn't even really try. So.
You were ahead you were behind 3 points. Impact was feeling pretty confident, and you adjusted your strategy to come back. What exactly did you guys change?
You know, it's really just running different areas, and can't tell all the secrets, but I mean, it's muddy out here, so varying up where you're going off the break is a big contributor to having 5 people alive off the break.
Seeing as how muddy it is and how difficult it is to make moves, what's the most important factor? When do you decide it is the right time to make the move, knowing it's going to be a little slower than usual?
The mud is actually kind of working out because there's so many big things in the middle that you really have to think about it. Is there a guy there? And that mud gives you enough time to be like, yeah, there might be a guy there. I'm not moving. So it kind of helps.
Yeah, it helps you get jiggy with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you said it.
All right, well, congratulations to Dynasty. They just beat Impact. If you guys missed that match, you missed a good one. Stay tuned for more matches coming up.
Shout out.